There. I want to look like a hacker.
There you go.
Because hackers wear hoods.
Hackers wear hoods.
Or just black hats.
Get something else.
Perfect.
Wow.
I like that. I like that.
Whoa.
All right, there we go. This is the Thug's Life glasses, and I'm wearing my my hacker outfit because hackers they all look like this, right?
That's what they do. That's right. They're all in the
They
dark.
never
basement
wear
somewhere.
suits. Always
They
just
never.
wear hoodies,
No.
They're
Hackers
not,
don't wear suits.
they're not sitting in Starbucks having a
No.
grande cappuccino or anything like that.
and,
No.
and they don't work in governments, right? And
No, not at all.
yeah.
Just in the
The
dark.
only problem with these glasses is that I'm kind of
Yes.
Blind?
I'm kind of blind. I got my optical glasses in here, so I'm going to kind of move a little bit so I can read here. So, hey guys. Hello, guys. My name is Dan Duran, and I'm the host of the Tech Lounge. Here we discuss topics related to business, technology, and today we're going to be talking about social media hacking. And I'm wearing this outfit because I'm going to show you how easy it is to hack somebody's account.
Absolutely.
In real life. I won't show you the whole entire process because this is where I'm not here to teach you how to hack, but I'm teaching you how easy it is to get hacked, right?
You better not be hacking my site, my social media site.
I
know you.
Yes, so we're gonna use our guinea pig, Andrew Summerton, for these exercises.
Nice.
So stay tuned. We're going to be hacking Andrew Summerton in a second.
Great.
Not really hacking you. We're just gonna, find out information.
Yeah. Use me as a guinea pig. I get it.
So welcome to the show. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Everybody's on social media, and as Gladstone was saying before the show that like some of his family think that the whole entire world is just social media. Is that right, Gladstone?
Yeah. Well, my girlfriend's parents, they're a little older, and to them, the internet is Facebook. So whatever site they're on, they'll just be like, I was on Facebook and Facebook said such and such. So it's cute. It's funny.
Guilty by association, right?
Yeah.
That's good and bad with branding.
Yes. So just remember, we stream live on YouTube every Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Also on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're very social as well.
Linkbook. Don't forget Linkbook.
Linkbook.
Yeah,
somebody said that once.
That was my faux pas. Sorry.
And if you want to follow the program and follow myself as well, just make sure you follow us using the hashtag Dan Duran and watch us live. Don't miss this show because it's awesome. I'm telling you.
We'll hack you. Kidding.
No, we won't.
So sit back and relax. This is the Tech Lounge. There you go. Little intro again. Enough with that. All right. So who do we have on the line? We always welcome your comments, your questions, and what you have to say. We try to be very inspiring and very informational in this show. So if you have any shout outs, hello, we want to see them on the screen. So send us your shout outs. Andrew, who do we have out there?
Hello, Aura. And we just missed Felix, I think he was saying. Hi, Diego. Hello. Hey, Diego.
Hello.
Hello, and happy Friday from
Sean.
Good to see you, Sean. Or kind of see you. At least your name. Those glasses turned down for what?
No.
Hello, guys. Happy Friday. Hey, Gabriella.
Nice moves, Dan.
Hey guys, love the glasses from Sonia. Hey Sonia.
Oh my gosh, I can't wear these glasses, man. I need to see. I'm like a bat, man. I'm blind.
I'm not sure if you need to take that the hacker hood down too. You make it kind of hot.
I am already. Can you see? I'm sweating.
I figured. Oscar, hey Oscar, happy Friday, guys. Back at you, buddy. Hello,
awesome.
Guy.
Perfect. Okay, so stop social media hackers now, right? It's very important.
Do you want me to tee it up a little bit? Kind of why we're having this show?
Please.
So just so everybody knows, so we're having this show because my aunt and uncle, we won't say any names, but Paul and Marlene, but that's where it'll begin and end, called me the other night and said that their Facebook had been hacked. And so I actually got one of the messages, and the message was quite it made sense, like, because it was a trust message. So it was targeted to the emotional state of somebody, and it was from a trusted person, so it makes you want to click on a link. And so that happened, and then so Dan and I basically decided that this would be the ideal day to talk about it, because social media and obviously the hacker world and cybersecurity is all so correlated, and we all live in social media. We really do. Let's be honest. So we wanted to give you some tips and tricks and understandings, things to do, things not to do, what to do if that something happens, how to inform your friends and family, etc. So that's where this came from. So thanks, guys, for that happening. Sorry that it happened to you guys, but it's kind of why we're doing this show today.
Hey, you have to say though, we were able to recover that account successfully. So yeah, we had a trick up our sleeve, and we were able to coordinate with them, and then they were able to get the hackers locked out and change the passwords and all of that stuff. So it was recovered successfully. I'm happy when these happy endings happen.
For
I
sure.
don't know if that sounded okay, but sure.
You know what? I actually, what's good about it too is I had another gentleman who's a friend. I posted something on my Facebook, and I told everybody about what happened, and he came back with some cool suggestions we're going to be talking about today too. So shout out to that person out in BC as well for identifying and bringing that to the attention of this show.
Yes. So the key is that there's something out there called OSINT. If you don't know what it is open source intelligence. Okay, and open source intelligence is basically information on the public about people, organizations, and the entire world, right? And hackers are pretty smart. What they do is they go through. There's some pretty cool tools out there for OSINT. We use Spiderfoot, for example, when we do penetration testing and ethical hacking in our company, and we go out there with the OSINT tools and we gather as much information from the web, from the internet, about a person, a company, etc. And you'll be surprised how much information there is on everybody in the world. It is just crazy. You can see names, pictures, email addresses, and you can complete an entire profile for a person depending on how secure or unsecure they are. And what hackers do is that they see this profile, and it's like a persona, right? Like they see the actual profile of the person, and they're able to target that person through something called spear phishing attacks. So if you are, for example, an athlete, and let's say you play golf, the hackers are going to try to target the aspects or the things that you like, right? So they're going to post a video on let's say on Messenger, and they're going to say something like, "Oh, check out this video, this golf pro video. It got 1,000 or 100,000 views." And because you like that stuff, you're going to click. If you're a senior, they're going to send you senior information. If you're a young person, they just build it for you. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
So is that what happened, Andrew, in your case with your family? Then?
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly that. I mean, at the end of the day, especially, I'm sorry, but it's reality. The older generation are more prone to have that trust factor. So if all of a sudden, let's say I send a message to my parents and say, "Oh, hey, Dad, just want to take a look at this link. I think this person just died, and you may know them, and so click on them." What is he going to do? He's going to see it came from me. And he's going to say, "Oh, someone died." So two emotional things: trust and emotion, based on someone died. So they're going to click on it. And then what happens when that happens? About potentially, they know exactly what they need to know.
Exactly. So so let me show you. You can see my screen. This is have I been pawned? And pawned means if your email has been hacked in another vendor's website or any website. For example, let's say your credit card company or like any company out there that collects information. That sometimes they hack. I mean, not sometimes, all the time they get hacked. And so when they get hacked, that email address gets leaked into the hands of hackers. So they have your email address and your password for that particular vendor, that particular website. And this is a website that tracks who is being pawned, right? So if I look, for example, at my email address, maybe I shouldn't do my email address. Maybe I
No,
should do info@bwire.ca, because every company has an info, right?
has the
So,
info. Yeah.
and you'll see that there is yeah. So there's one company here that got hacked. It's called Data Enrichment Exposure from PDL Customer, and it gives you the information on about this. In October 2019, 1.2 billion records were stolen from this company, and one of them is this email address, right? So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts on whether your email has been pawned, go to haveibeenpawned.com and enter your email address in here. Click on this link, and you'll see if your email has been pawned. Right?
Wow, it looks like we're in the Matrix there, Dan.
That's our restream. Let me see. I'm looking at my yeah. So right now I just looked at my personal email address. I'm not going to show you that, but it's been pawned many times by different companies. Look at this. Gravatar, my fitness pal, promo, shared this. Oh my God. Right. So so all of these hackers have my email address, unfortunately.
Wow.
And it's because my email address, I had it since the 1990s, right? So since its email address just started. But the thing is, if you have the same password for all of these, hackers are going to be able to access other information that you possess and try those password combinations on those. So that's why it's so important to change your password for every account that you have online, right? So very important. So that's part of the OSINT, the open source intelligence.
So Dan, I have a question regarding OSINT. So is this like a regular tool that anyone pretty much has access to?
Yeah.
Yes, it's not just a tool. It's not just a tool. It's different tools in different methods of collecting information from the public, right?
Okay.
So let me show you a couple of things. So for example, you see this here. This is called metadata to go. Okay, and did you know that every image that you take has metadata?
Yep.
And it really depends. Like for example, if you're in your phone you have your location features on, it will pinpoint the actual latitude and longitude of where you're standing, so your actual geolocation. So, and I'm going to upload an image, right? So
Uh-oh. Is this okay? Just so we're clear, is this the one that I just sent you, Dan?
I that was too late, man. I couldn't get
Oh, okay.
more
Okay.
pictures, so
Okay.
this is just a
Phew.
screenshot. So I'm sorry. I
It's
wanted
okay.
to.
It's good. It's all good.
So what this does is it is extract all the metadata from your image. So it tells you that this is a screenshot, when it was taken, the size of the image, and all the information. It was from an Apple computer. It gives you the display device profile, and so on. If it's an image that you actually took with your phone, for example, it will tell you the coordinates and the time when that image was taken. Just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Every time,
Yeah. Go ahead, Dan. I was going to say I can use an analogy when it comes to traveling, right? So go ahead.
every time you upload an image to Facebook or LinkedIn or any social media, that social media channel, it's going to know exactly where you are
Where you are.
at what moment of the day.
So then a hacker could use a tool like OSINT or tools similar to that to find all this information, and it's just out there on the internet, Dan.
Yes,
So
it is.
how does somebody? Because I've watched movies where like celebrities might get into some hot water and they have a PR team that says like we're gonna scrub the internet of all traces of such and such. How does a regular person do something like that, right?
It's impossible. It's impossible to be able to get rid of all of that information from the internet. I mean, you can try as much as you can, but it's very very difficult. So I just
you googled Andrew Summer. I see Gladstone. You're there with me. I'm all over the place. Uh-oh.
no, look at this. Andrew Somerton. There he is. There he is again. Oh, is this your mugshot? No, just
That's
kidding.
it. There I am again down there. There I am again.
Oh, you look really young in here, man. Oh, look at this. Andrew Somerton is all like a metaverse.
I think that third Andrew Somerton is a motorcycle
Who's that
rider
guy?
from England. I used to be friends with him on Facebook. I think.
Yeah, and then there is Gladstone over there, and a few people that we know, right? Like we know these people.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. And I just randomly did this search. Now let me do another search here. In this one, let's see how secure your Facebook account is, Andrew.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna type
I
in-
never go on it very often. So just so we're clear, it's strictly for work typically.
Okay, so I just typed in Facebook Andrew Somerton and click on the first profile that I see, and let's see. There's a whole bunch of. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Oh, cool guy.
Click on it. And I'm not logged into Facebook, obviously. This is just from a private browser. And as you can see, he's got two pictures, right? So he's thumbnail in there, and then a cover, which is. But like sometimes what happens is people put their family photos in here, right?
That was a trip. That was a trip to the Azores. That was from the Azores in Portugal, guys. Just so you know, it's a very beautiful place.
Very nice, very nice. And you can see that. Okay, so no workplaces to show, no colleges to show, no high school to show. So his account is pretty secure on Facebook. What happens is a lot of people expose this to the public. So not only their friends have access to this, but everybody in the world. So every time you post something, it might appear on Facebook.
Yes. I made that mistake a long time ago when Facebook kind of first started and everyone was all, excited about getting the most followers. So I was accepting everybody and got into some trouble with my girlfriend actually because there were some people on there she questioned me about. But yeah, don't accept any and everybody.
Yes.
Facebook can do that to you. That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
So guys, I pose this question to you. What do you think about this? Do you have that has some of you gotten hacked, or one of your family members has gotten hacked? And do you have any concerns on your privacy, on the stuff that's on the web? And what do you think there can something be done in this world to be able to stop this? I pose that question to you guys. Just post it in here, so we can have a good discussion on this stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think everybody, all of the people watching today, have any personal experiences, any family members, to Dan's point, just please share it so we can talk about it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I actually got a message today from my cell phone provider, and apparently, what did they say here? So it says our team has become aware of multiple overcharges on your account, and for that, we'll be giving you a credit of $50 Canadian. Why? Yes.
You jumping in?
No.
Don't click on anything.
Listen, some people actually they reply and they say not interested, or don't even reply. Don't reply.
Don't even say no. So are they stealing your metadata as well from your cell phone when you reply, or what kind of information do they get with that?
They get they discovered that there's a human being behind that phone number, right?
So now,
right, and not only that. So what happens is there's also a way for hackers to get your information by clicking on a link.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and I don't think I have that link in here. Hold on.
Okay. We also have a comment or question.
Perfect. Let's share it.
All right. So Tamara OJ, and good afternoon, Tamara, by the way.
Hey, Tamara.
She says, I have not been hacked ever, knock on wood, but I am super concerned because I have kiddos and they are online, some with Facebook and Instagram accounts.
Good question.
Yes.
Great question.
Yeah, that's
teaching them.
Exactly. I was going to say it's education. Go ahead, Dan. You finished. I was in the same frame mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead if you have in.
All I was going to say, and you have a much more technical mind and probably a lot more tips, but it's education, right? It's about
Mhm.
not sharing information, not putting yourself out there, not clicking on things you don't know. Don't necessarily, if you don't know, research it and ask somebody, either your family
Absolutely.
member, your adult parents, your mother, your sister, your whatever, someone who obviously can guide you. But again, as I just kind of alluded to earlier, and I yelled, don't click on anything and don't put all your information out there for sure. But
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Dan, maybe more from you.
yeah, absolutely. It's you need to teach them. You need to teach them what things they should be looking for. And also, no, it's not, if it's kids and like even teenagers, it's not just about hackers, but it's also bullies. It's
Mm-hmm.
also their own classmates that they can turn
Good
around
point.
on them, because
Comment.
every time you send a text message, every time the kid sends an image, that information could go wild. It could, like they can actually post that on the internet. They can post it on Facebook. They can show it to their friends in school. So they have to very, very be careful on, especially the images and videos that
Well,
they send
cyberbullying, right? I
somebody.
mean, it's critical, and you can't take it down. And it's just as prevalent now as schoolyard bullying, physical bullying, verbal bullying. Social media bullying is. I mean, people have committed suicide and killed themselves over it,
Yes.
and it's
And
Yeah.
just an absolute shame. And you
And
can't put stuff out there.
if I could just add, I don't have any kids, but I have nieces and nephews, and my sisters were kind of trying to be protective and just not allow them to have certain platforms. But I don't think that's wise because kids are very savvy. First and foremost, they'll
oh,
find a way to get around it. What is better to do is to educate them, like both of you guys were saying, right? You want to give them the knowledge because they're going to figure out a way anyhow. So you might as well teach them the right way as opposed to trying to shelter them and then they do it behind your back.
And
So
exactly.
and it's true. And again, these are opinions and recommendations, suggestions. We're not therapists. We're not doctors. We're not giving you legal advice here. This is, at the end of the day, to Gladstone's point, education is critical. So if you make a decision to take them off something, to Gladstone point, then educate them why, and then maybe educate them how to when you eventually get them on. So it's all about education, to Dan's point.
That is the disclaimer alarm.
There we go. Perfect.
just our opinions.
It's our
Our
opinions.
Yeah, no, you know what, but and kids, sometimes they're very sneaky, right? So for example, I've found images and pictures and selfies on my phone, right? Because they on every iPhone you can actually take pictures, right? Before even logging in, you can take pictures and
Right.
stuff, right? So they took my phone, they started taking pictures and making joke about it, and all of that, and then they got in trouble for that, right? So sometimes kids, they try to bypass every rule in the house, and that's how hackers are also, right? So
and,
that's
and just and to that point, Dan and Gladstone, I mean, what you understand with cybersecurity and awareness is you're always just mitigating risk. No matter who you are, no matter what organization you're in, no matter how much training you have, you still potentially could be hacked. All right. So knowledge is key. What we're trying to do here and what you should do for yourself is educate yourself enough to mitigate risk. You're never going to eliminate it completely, but by mitigating it, it reduces your chances of getting hacked and affecting your friends, your family, and everybody else.
For
yes.
sure.
And I'm going to show you how easy it is to build a page in here. So I'm going to share my screen with you.
Cool. I know we got a lot of other questions, Gladstone.
Yeah.
So maybe once Dan shares this and we do this, we'll answer a couple of them because I want to make sure that the questions are being answered in this one because this is really important for people.
Yeah, go
Absolutely.
ahead. If there are questions, put them online. We're happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right. So Diego asked, I'm not sure if there's a question or comment, but what regularly worries me about privacy in social media is when you debate with strangers. It disturbs me that they can see who you are. Yeah,
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
valid point. That's a valid point. And then he goes on to say, so my Facebook is totally blocked for strangers. I don't even
That's
appear in Facebook search engine. That's a smart way to go. I think I'm gonna
absolutely.
fucking do that myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. Make it private to the people you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So look at this. So I'm here in my Kali system, right? So the Kali basically is a tool or an operating system where it has a lot of penetration testing, ethical hacking, and unfortunately, bad guys also use it for bad intentions, right? So I'm gonna do a very quick search on a tool called SE Social Engineering Toolkit. So let me just look into this, and I'm going to look for that toolkit. This is the toolkit, right? Social engineering toolkit, and you can build all kinds of stuff like social engineering attacks, penetration testing, etc. All of that stuff, right? And I'm going to quickly just choose one, which is social engineering, right? And then I'm going to do a website attack, and then some credential harvesting. So check this out. So I'm going to create a website, and I'm not even going to create it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just type in HTTPS facebook.com, right? And then it just created a website for me. And if I go to the website on my local host, this is all on my computer, of course. What did you see right now?
A fake Facebook login page.
A fake. I can clone, or a hacker can clone any website in the world, right?
And just so you guys know, to Dan's point earlier, anybody can do this. This isn't because Dan has this special technology, the skill set. Anybody can do this quickly. That's in this world. Like,
Yes.
basically understands this.
Yeah. So, however, there's a few hurdles in there. Like, you need to have a domain, and you need to, like, usually what hackers do is they put their listeners inside of the server online, right? And they hack other domains, like people's domains. So, a company's domain, a website, for example, they hack it, and then they put these backend pages hidden from the public, so the company doesn't even know that they're being hacked, and they're just piggybacking on other people's websites to do this kind of stuff, right? Everything I'm doing here is in my computer, so it is in a control lab environment, right? And as you can see right now, my terminal is listening. So what I'm doing is just listening for anything that might happen in this browser. So if I type in, Andrew Somerton,
Nice.
right? And Somerton there.
Always me. That's okay. Make it wrong.
And this is
I don't want to be associated.
and this is a password, right? And I click on login.
Guess what?
It went. Do you see how it redirected to facebook.com now?
Mhm.
Because the hackers are smart too. They it's not going to show you like a landing page with like an error after you log in. They're going to redirect you to the real thing, so you don't even know that your account is being hacked until they take possession of your account, right? And now if I look at the listener, if I go up somewhere in here, let me see where it is. Where is it? Sometimes it's hard to find, but it's gotta be. Do you see your name anywhere in here?
It's red and green, so it's hard to read.
It's Christmas.
There it is, right there, down in the red, top line in red.
There you go. Okay, perfect. So you see that? So look at this. If it was a real attack, the hacker has absolutely complete knowledge of the username and the password. So here, Andrew Somerton is the username, and then this is a password, is the password, right? See how easy it is? I did it in 2 seconds. It might take a hacker probably a couple of hours to develop a little more crafty, social engineering attack. And then what they do is they target the masses, right? So they put different links and they try to send it to you by email, by social, by message. Like Gladstone got a message, a couple of days or like today. Things like that, right? So it is fairly easy, man. It's unbelievably scary.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think?
Well, Sean just says, like Tamara, I've never been hacked. I assume this is largely due to me not participating in social media or file sharing, torrents, etc.
For sure. And Tamara also had another question, and obviously that's a big factor, Sean. And Tamara also, and somebody else I think mentioned about kids. I
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, older kids are equally obviously
So the elderly,
susceptible.
not just children, right? Because when
Exactly.
you get to a certain age, you're pretty much like a child, right? So it's very true. And then Alexis goes on to say that when he was 10, he was hacked. Damn, bro.
Oh, that was like I think yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, I think it was 2 days ago. We know Alexis. He looks really young.
Yes, we love you, Alexis.
We do very much.
And then Diego goes on to say again that that's when multi-factor authenticator is good. Even if someone has your password, they don't have anything with it. Those bleeping hackers.
Well, you know what? That's Diego. That's a great point. If you remember at the very beginning of the show, I said a friend of mine from BC, from I went to high school with, when that hack happened the other day, and I meant that's exactly what he brought up. He says, two-factor authentication is very important in everything you do moving forward, and it's
Yeah.
so true.
And you know what? Facebook has made it very easy for you to check out your privacy and your security and login information and all of that, because Facebook is being in the hot chair a few times, right? Zuckerberg, he's been in a lot of hot waters, I guess, and they've rearranged and they built in this entire security and privacy stuff inside of Facebook, and it's very easy to get to it. I'm not going to go into like my main dashboard for Facebook, but if you're in your main dashboard, it's right here. All you have to do is just click on that little arrow there, and here it is. Uh, Settings like privacy, and the first thing that I would
Dan,
definitely suggest.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Can this only be accessed through the main computer, not on your iPhone or your Android? Does it have to be on a computer, like a main LAN?
No, I think it is. It's also on your mobile. Although some features might not be available on your mobile. So
Okay, perfect.
I suggest that you use your. It's easier to you use the browser and on the website, because it's a little more organized and better for you to be able to see information and click on the things that you need to click on. Right.
Perfect.
So
So
go ahead.
So I had a thought. So when we first, I realized we're going to have this topic today, right? The first thing that kind of came to mind, which is kind of funny, is that celebrities, right? A lot of times you hear
Oh,
about them claiming they were hacked, right? And then there's a sex tape leaked or some kind of sensitive information or pictures get exposed to the internet, right? What can they do? I mean, it can happen to regular people as well, right? Even children, they get bullied and certain pictures are leaked to their classmates. What could someone do to prevent
communicate.
that? Not take sensitive photos, or
It,
what would you
it's
recommend?
it's communication, because a lot of, to your point, a lot of celebrities get hacked, and there's a lot of fake. Let's call it, I don't know, someone very famous, Brad Pitt. Like Brad Pitt, for example, someone could create a Brad Pitt fake website and put fake pictures up,
Yeah.
because his pictures everywhere, right? So they can post pictures, make it look like it's a real site, etc.
Hmm.
And it's hard to avoid that, Gladstone. It's really about communication, and then it's up to Brad or his team to say to guys, by the way, these websites are fake, they're not mine. Whatever. But again, it's all about investigation. It's all about trust. It's all about understanding. But it's hard.
Yeah.
That's what's so difficult about social media.
Yeah, well, like they need to have security people around them, just like they have bodyguards. They should have like digital and cybersecurity people and specialists that are always looking at their privacy and
Great
the
point.
stuff that they post and all of that stuff. If something got leaked or whatever happened, it's because of their negligence, right? This is not just people that are famous. I don't know if you guys remember Hillary Clinton's
Yep.
emails that were uncovered, and that was because one of I don't remember the guy, a senator, I don't remember his name, but he got hacked through a social engineering campaign where
And
they
then
were able to
Was
hack
it the
into
Wiener
his
guy?
email
The
address.
Anthony Weiner? Do you remember that
Yeah,
guy? He
remember
had a
that?
I think so. I remember hearing about one of the senators, and funny enough, his name was Anthony Weiner, and there was pictures of you know him
Wiener
on
dog, wiener dog.
right?
well, it's
Crazy.
anyways, yeah. But it is unknown. It's neglect. It's not having the right team behind you. It's putting stuff out there. So you just got to be careful. And those people who have the money, the resources, the skill set, then tap into that. You know what I mean? In regards to this, because it is very, very important. Not everybody out there has those resources. So that's where
That's
education helps
So
protect you.
That's
So
what
things
kills
that
me.
regular folks can do is like maybe use a strong password,
Two-factor
right?
authentication,
Well, yeah,
basically
that's exactly what I'm showing right now.
inform
So,
your
for example,
followers.
yeah,
Okay.
right here on Facebook, for example, there is a privacy checkup. So if you click on it, and they make it very easy for you to click on things, right? So privacy checkup. Who can see your? I'm not gonna click on that because if you click on the first one, it's going to show your name, your email address, your phone number, all your address, and all of that. And what you do is just there's toggles, right? Little buttons. You click it off and on. On means it's displayed for the public. Off is it's not displayed anywhere.
Perfect.
Right? It's only private information. So I've turned everything off. Like people, they don't even know when my birthday is, for example, or how old I'm turning, or like that type of information, right? So I don't want not even my friends or people that I know on Facebook to know that kind of stuff. Nevertheless, the public, right? And it's also how to keep your account secure, how people can find you on Facebook, your data settings on Facebook. It says right here about 8 minutes ago because I just accessed that, right? And your ad preferences. They even give information about your ads, right? Like ads that are shown to you. If I click on privacy and settings, right, and I go to this page, for example, security and login, it tells me um, if my protection, Facebook protection is on, right? You should definitely have that on, right? And then all the important settings that you might have, even from where, I mean, I live in Kitchener, right? So you can see that I'm logged in right now through this browser. So it says Mac and then Kitchener, Waterloo, and active now. So this is me. And then I have like sometimes the antennas are in different places. So it says Collingwood, right? But I know that is me 13 hours ago. I can change my password, right? And then here is the important stuff that Diego was saying: the two-factor authentication. You have different ways of authenticating. The first one is by um, using your phone, right? So it's a text message that you have to put into Facebook from your phone, or if I click on it, there you go. See, I can change my password and do stuff like that, and add my dual factor authentication. So they make it very easy for anybody to do that. Here's Instagram, it's the same thing. So if I go to the settings, for example, here it is, change your password, and then um, all my information in there. Privacy and security. And where is the two factor authentication? I think it's down here somewhere. It's fairly foolproof. Absolutely, 100%. Anybody can do it, and you should definitely do it, because the key thing is that if somebody steals your username and your password, even if you have the password, even if they have your password, they won't be able to log in there because they need another method of
That's another
authentication, right?
exactly.
So even if your password is weak, if you put 1 2 3 4 5, that's not my password, but if it
And
was,
don't ever use it.
well, the number one password in the world is the word password.
Password.
You know what? My high school, our our database was called Password, and I remember somebody had hacked it and went in and changed all the grades one year. It was
Really?
hilarious.
Eh?
Nice.
I think the best password would be damn. I forgot my password. Because that's
Well,
We
my password is the word incorrect, because every time I go to a website and I type in a password, it says your password is incorrect.
incorrect.
we got a couple comments.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay, so Sydney, she says it's far too common for social media accounts to be compromised. My classmates lose their accounts often, then widespread attacks for login information get passed from those compromised accounts. Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have another comment here from Tamara. She says, that's a good point, G. If someone wants to become famous, become an influencer, it does not help them if they have a private profile. They will want to have an open public profiles.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a good point, and that's where you need the resources to make sure you have the security measures in place, things are getting posted properly, etc. So, absolutely,
Yeah.
Tamara, good point.
So what happens if your Facebook account gets hacked? What do you do? Do you
Ah, No.
She's actually freaking out.
I guess you want to change your password immediately, or maybe you'd have to contact Facebook because if it's hacked, maybe they've taken over it and you can't even log back in with your old password. So you probably have to try to recover that through the processes they have in place.
The thing is, Instagram is different from Facebook, by the
It
way.
is, which
Okay?
yeah.
So it's hard to recover an account from in Instagram.
Really?
And it's because there is no recourse. They can go and change the email address and stuff like that, and then change the two-factor authentication, change all of the stuff. Without the hackers can do that, and so you're completely locked out and you're done. That's it. Game over. Even if you
try and
contact,
get a hold. Try. I was gonna say, try and get a hold of Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
Good luck.
good luck with
Yeah.
that. What happens is that people start to report those accounts, right? Like, oh, this is spamming, this is hacking, blah blah blah, and then Instagram looked at the account and then it just shuts it down.
Shuts it down.
So you're like, oh, they shut down my account. It's hacked. Forget it, right? So it's really hard for somebody to recover Instagram. Facebook, on the other side, it's easier. It's much easier because the email that you signed up on Facebook with, it's still there. So if the hacker tries to change the email, Facebook is going to send you an email saying somebody tried to change your email. Click here to allow this, right? So and then when you click, then they won't be able to change the password. So what do you do next? Is basically I'm going to show you right now. You go here, Facebook, and try to use any browser. Don't use your phone. Use your browser, your computer, and just click on forget password. Right? Enter your password here, and then when you search and then you do this, then you're gonna get an email from Facebook saying that you have requested to change the password. Click on it and change the password right away.
Right away, yeah.
You completely lock out the hackers from your Facebook account and from your Messenger account.
So, Dad, is there a reason why you said not to use your phone to do this and just to use a desktop?
Yes, because your phone app, you're gonna be. There's no password recovery in there, so you can use your phone, but go to the browser on your phone.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So and thanks reminding me. I think Gladstone just put a private message in here. Let's talk about the types of attacks. I think we kind of went ahead and talked about the other stuff before
which I think is valuable. There's no question. So I agree. Yeah.
All right. So we have, and thank you, Gladstone, for putting this list up. We got 7 different types of attacks.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to show us what they are?
Number 1, brute force.
Brute force. That's somebody when somebody goes into your house and just punches you in the face and keeps on beating you up. Right? Brute force.
Home invasion. Okay.
That's not right. Don't believe them, everybody.
Hey, hold on. The disclaimer alarm. There you go.
What he said was not true.
Just a hot take.
Kind of not true.
Man, Andrew's going to be my disclaimer guy.
That's right.
Every time I press the alarm, you're supposed to say something to that. There.
All right, perfect.
There is a lot of tools out there. One is called John the Ripper. John the Ripper. Yeah, John the Ripper. Right. That's one of the tools. There's Hydra. There's a whole bunch of other tools that are they're designed for cracking passwords. And what they do is they send requests to the login page with username and password, and they do it like 500 times a second, like right. So, and what you use is what's called a library, a password library or dictionary, and that's just files that contain a million different password combinations. And hackers don't have like virtual machines, and they use like kind of little computers. They use supercomputers too, man. Like it's not like when you think about hackers, you think about people that are in their laptops, and no, man, they use like servers, really state of the art technology when they try to hack people.
And this is probably like one of the least successful methods that a hacker could use to try to get your information as well.
Is it? Yeah. Well, it used to be because of the invention of dual factor authentication. It became it's kind of like a lesser type of attack, right? But it's still important, right? So make sure that your password is strong. That's the only, if you don't have another way of authenticating. What's the second one?
Number 2 is phishing.
Yes, phishing.
Phishing.
That's when you go to
Not that
the
type of
You
phishing.
go to
Andrew.
the not that kind of fishing. Okay, wait. Disclaimer
Andrew's
time.
a great fisherman, by the way.
Not this kind of fishing, guys. Not this kind of fish. Kinda though. Kinda. You hook them
Andrew's
and
a
you
great
bring them in.
fisherman.
yes,
I am.
Purchasing
We have a
time.
good story about that.
fisherman.
That's for another
remember
day.
the fish? Remember the fish at the cottage? Class with I went to the store and bought it and put it on my hook and put it in the water.
I'm just saying, it just seemed a little odd that you went to the store and then
All
all of a
right,
sudden,
let's get back. Let's get back on
Yeah,
track.
so
Back to the fishing.
about fishing, man, I don't believe that story either, Gladstone. Right? So we were at the cottage, all three of us, and we were just relaxing in there, and he has his fishing pole, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go catch some fish." 2 minutes later,
nobody saw it.
2 minutes.
Everybody saw
We
it.
looked still, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Look, I caught a fish."
All unsuccessful the whole day. Then he runs out by himself. And
Yes,
I'm
the
kidding.
fish wasn't even moving. It wasn't even moving.
There
So
was still
That's
ice.
not true. Not true. None of it's true. All right, let's go back to the real fishing.
anyways, fishing with P, not with F, PH, phishing is basically emails. 100% emails that you get. Some of the emails, they could be coming from your friends, so be careful, right? Because if their account gets hacked and they use that account to send you an email and then to click on the link and download malware or a virus or go to a page like a fake page, landing page like we saw and Facebook. um so you got to be careful with your like people that are close to you sending you stuff, your suppliers, your vendors, your clients. It has happened to us that some of our clients got, like they didn't get hacked, but because we caught them right away, and we are able to mitigate that right away. But they got sent emails from their vendors
Yeah.
that got hacked. So it is that's phishing, right? Watch out for that.
Just be careful. Exactly.
Watch out for those fish.
Any questions? Any comments? Anything
Before
from?
we get to number 3, anything?
We have a comment here from Tamara.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that was
OMG,
too
that was
funny.
too funny. Yeah, I know.
That's the fish
Talking
story.
about
That was
the fishing event. The fishing event.
event. Exactly.
All right. So Sonia Castillo says my mom's account got hacked and they started messaging her friends asking for money. Wow.
That's
No, you know what? This happened. I'm from Latin America. I'm Spanish, and I know exactly what she's saying. What happened? It happened. It has happened to some of my friends from El Salvador, for example. Some of my friends from El Salvador, in Colombia. Their accounts got hacked, and then they started messaging people saying that they were in El Salvador. They needed to help with money and stuff like that. Send them money in like that. Those are definitely hacked accounts, right? So
and that's and
very
to
careful.
that point, I had a similar situation, and I was concerned with it because I hadn't heard from an individual for a very long period of time, and I actually denied it because I thought it was a phishing attempt. Right? Obviously, learned later on that it was an actual fact, and I called and spoke to the person, etc., and it was factual. But so that goes back to the full circle where it's about education and reaching out directly to and doing your due diligence. Don't just click on, don't just send money electronically. Basically, again, open up your eyes and realize that 99.99999% of the time it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's phishing.
Call them.
Call them. Speak to
You
them.
know, there's this thing called
A
phone,
telephone.
right? That back in the 1990s, they were very, very common. In every household had a phone that you can.
The rotary one. Remember the rotary ones? I do. I'm old.
Oh man, yes.
But yes, use your phone. Call somebody.
Yeah.
All right.
Next one.
Number 3. So this is the man in the middle attack.
Man in the middle. What do you think is that, Andrew?
Well, is it when
Oh man, I love putting you on the spot, man.
you're
I don't
throwing
know.
a ball from one guy to the other, and the guy in the middle has to try and catch it? Is that
I think that's
basically?
monkey in the middle.
Is that monkey? That's monkey in the middle? Oh, okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You're on the right track.
I thought I was close.
Yeah, and that's man in the middle is very similar to that, but in terms of hacking.
Hacking? Okay.
Yeah, so it's you're in the middle and you get a mess, you intercept a message from one side,
Exactly.
the sender, and then you're able to read the message and then relay to
Relay
the
back.
to the receiver, right?
So I was right, kind of indirectly. I related to a kid's game that I remember. Look at that.
Very-
I hope that helped everybody out there because it helped me.
Yes. So and that's why you have to have in your browser when you go to websites, if you don't see the HTTPS, you don't see the S in there, and it's not secure, there might be a hacker listening to every interaction in there that you do with their website, because none of that information is encrypted, right? So instead of them seeing gibberish, because that's information that's encrypted is just gibberish, they see the actual username and passwords when you enter them on clear text, right? Oh, talking about phones, look at that.
Look at that. He does have a phone. Is it a rotary phone?
Probably a phishing attempt.
Yes,
It's a phishing attempt.
telemarketer or a scammer.
Number 4.
Number 4,
Number 4, key logging.
key logging. Key logging is basically a malware that gets attached to your computer, and sometimes even your phone, and it records everything that you do. Every keystroke that you do on your computer is recorded on that. That is keyloggers can, like if you download a malware, let's say it's through a phishing attack, you can download malware. But this is common, for example, when you pick up a USB on the street that you find.
Don't ever do that, guys.
If
Don't
you
ever
find a
find
USB,
and plug it. Don't do it.
Unless it's like 20 gigs, then you have to. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
It could be
20 gigs is
cryptocurrency.
nothing now,
It
man.
could be
A
cryptocurrency on it.
terabyte. Man.
Yeah. So don't plug it in. If you plug it in, then you need to know what you're doing, right? So if you don't know it, then just destroy
Just
it.
don't do it. Give it to your IT
Don't
person.
pick it up.
Yeah,
Leave it
Number
alone.
5.
Número 5. Social engineering.
Hold on, guys. Before we actually go to the next question, or then I see that like we got people out there. If you're too shy, man, just put us a comment. Throw us a question. We want to be able to answer all of your questions. Just put it in there, and we'll display it on the screen, and we will talk about it.
Please.
Right.
Absolutely.
Social engineering. That sounds like a college degree, right? So, what did you take at school? Oh, I went for social engineering.
Exactly. I'm an
Graduated
engineer.
with honors.
Social.
Graduate. Hold on. Where's my my? There.
Tamara put a comment about the USB. I think it's kind of funny because it's so true. We're all the same way. But I'd be so curious to know what to know. I agree. I would be too. Like, what's on there?
Well, that's the funny thing. The hacker's just as curious to get your information.
Don't be curious, or give it to someone you know who could do it properly.
Yeah. So this hospital got hacked, and it was because of social engineering, or not social engineer, but what happened is the USB contained an Excel list, right? And the name of the Excel document was patient data. So imagine you get a USB, you plug it in your computer, and you see that it's an Excel sheet that says patient data. Double click on it. The file had a macro. A macro is a little program that runs on your Word documents and Excel sheets and so on. And it completely infected that computer. And then it jumped into the network. And then it shut down the entire hospital because of a ransomware attack. That's just crazy. Just one person that didn't know what to do.
So Tamara, if I remember correctly, I'm not going to tell you what business you're in, but if you are anywhere near hospitals, don't pick up a USB and plug it in anywhere, because she's curious, as she said. Social engineering. So we're on social engineering, Dan.
Yes. Social engineering, and basically it's the name. I talked about OSINT. So social engineering is the engineering of profiles from the public, right? To be able to hack you in a way that you don't you least expected. So there are some triggers or some signals that you need to be aware of. What are some of the signals? What do you think, Gladstone, are some of the signals of social engineering attacks?
Um, like some signs that it's fake. Just I mean, just unrealistic things. Like I think last week we talked about there was that one engineering attack where people thought Elon Musk was giving away cryptocurrency, right?
Yes, too good to
That's
be true.
it's too good to be true. It probably is, right?
Yeah.
Panic.
Um,
Like,
sorry, go ahead. Andrew.
I was going to say panic, like
Urgency.
urgency. Thank you, panic and or a
Yes,
sense of urgency.
sense of energy, urgency. How?
You have to do
React
this
now,
now.
act now.
If you
Emac,
buy
yeah,
now, you're going to get a return of $10 million. Like really, I wish, but be realistic, right?
Yes.
Uh, yeah, it kind of caught me off guard. Can't think of any more.
No, no problem. There's a lot of them. So the first one, it's this sense of urgency, of course, and unexpected messages,
right.
right? So something that you're not really expecting it, that somebody will give you a call or use another method as opposed to just send you an email, right? Um,
Actually, that brings me to another one. Actually, so like things that don't make sense. Like we all get that call from the CRA that you're going to be,
Yeah, no kidding. Or
warrant out
employees
for
to
arrest.
exactly.
Like that's not the way the government typically works. They'll send you a letter. They're not going to call you or send you a text message for something
Well,
that
they
urgent.
react on fear, right? That's why the urgency is there, especially the elderly people. I can tell you some stories too that someone lost like $78,000 through a social engineering attempt from their mother-in-law from down in Toronto area, and it was an incredible situation. And it was
mhm,
because she was trying to protect her family because of how they threatened her. And again, it was hyper targeted. It was urgency. It was panic. It was fear factor. And this person went and did all these things. Once you have that hook, once you have that fish, you reel them in and you keep reeling and reeling and reeling, right? And
yes.
that's what
Yeah,
happened. And it's
and
sad.
if they tell you your problems will go away by you going and buying some iTunes gift cards or that
That's
that that's a telltale sign right there, right? That's
You want
it's
me to
it.
tell you what, Joe? I'm going to tell you. I'll 2 seconds because I know we're at the end here. But
Yep.
I'll use that exactly. iTunes was part of this whole scam, Gladstone, and she was getting thousands and thousands. And finally, when they did an investigation, they went to the store, and one store said to her, "Why are you buying so many gift cards?" She went to the extreme and said, My daughter is getting married, and we're giving these away to all the people attending the wedding as a gift." So
Mhm.
they actually questioned her integrity of buying why because she was buying like $3,000 worth of cards or whatever at this one
Wow.
location, and she actually created a lie. This older woman created a lie to
Oh,
get them herself to buy the cards to give them to the scam artist. True
well, I was
story.
gonna say kudos to the store for actually questioning that because if that
Questioning
was
it.
if that was an older person that didn't know any better, right? They
Yeah,
could have been like, wait,
Yes.
they could have gave her some
Yeah.
you
advice.
imagine? But she
Uh,
created
what,
that lie to
what
protect her family.
what's the other scam? Pig butchering. You said
Pig
last
butchery.
week.
Gladstone pig butchering. Yeah, that's what we said last week.
Romance, romance scams, right?
Romance
Like
scams.
if somebody
Fake
asks you
dates.
money,
Don't
question it
do it.
right away. Alarms, red flags. No, right? Even if it's, oh, just send me $50 so I can pay for the shipping or whatever, so you can receive the money. Like that. That stuff doesn't happen, right? So, how about bad spelling and
Yeah,
grammar?
big
Bad
time. Grammar
spelling.
and
Absolutely.
spelling. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Big one.
Yeah, because sometimes they're, some of these hackers are in foreign countries, and if you see those
English
telltale signs of
translation.
bad grammar, then
Yeah.
yeah, be aware. But not that all foreign people are scammers by no means, right? But just be mindful
Just
of it.
be aware. Be mindful.
Yeah.
I think we're on number 6.
Number 6, DNS spoofing.
Yes, this one is it's harder to do because you have to go into the person's computer to spoof. And basically what it is there's DNS servers out there, right? And when you change, and they're all mapped on your computer, right? So when you change the DNS entries on your computer, you might go to the a browser. I type in facebook.com and it actually goes to something else, even though you typed in facebook.com. It might go to blah blah blah.com, and then there's a landing page in there, right? So it's hard to come by because you need access to the computer to be able
Right.
to do DNS spoofing. I think it's a little older type of attacks is not as popular as the other ones. And what is the last one? We only
Number
have one
7.
minute. Huh?
Right at the
More.
end of the show. Number 7.
Session hijacking.
This one is actually very common. This one is when you have your browser, you go on, let's say, Chrome, Edge, Firefox, whatever, and you install, let's say, an extension that does, like picking colors or whatever extension, and it's a bad extension. And what it does is hijacks your sessions, right? So basically, when you go into facebook.com, type in your information, they extract that information, the token, and then they're able to log in with that information into Facebook from another computer, right? So that's session hijacking. You can do it through malware as well and different types of stuff.
One more comment.
I was going to say maybe Sean's comment. Let's end the show on Sean's comment because it's some awareness thing. Go ahead, Gladstone.
Sure. Okay. So Sean says a friend was a victim of a ransom attack. The computer was a family computer without separate accounts for the kids, who no doubt triggered the event.
Yes.
Good old kids. I don't have any.
And that's really, I mean, full circle to this meeting. And I'm not going to throw the kids under the bus, but there's a good chance could have been the adults.
Oh, that'd be bad if you throw them under the bus, man.
Exactly.
Even though you feel like you want to do that, but never, man. No.
Never. All I'm saying is this is a full circle to the show. Sean, thank you for sharing this. The reality of it is we're all prone to ransom attacks. We're all prone to being hacked. Just educate yourself. Be careful.
One more question.
We got another one. Okay, but just be
This will be
careful
the
out there, guys. All right, here we go. Go ahead.
Okay, so curious. What is the worst insecure social media platform?
Yes, I know exactly what the name is. It's True Social.
Wow. Well, I mean, in their short history, they've had pretty, bad experiences. So I guess maybe that's true. Who knows?
To be honest, they're all pretty secure. It really depends on how the user manages the platform, how securely they manage it, right? They all have bells and whistles for hardening and reinforcing. Now, in terms of privacy, number one social media that knows everything about you, Facebook. By far, they know everything. Your habits, your behavior. They know when you were married, when you went out with somebody. They know the pictures
when you broke up, when you absolutely
every single bit of information.
Your dating history, your travel history, your everything. So there's.
I heard it was WhatsApp for a while. People were saying that was pretty insecure.
Which one?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. It was, yeah, but now WhatsApp was bought by Facebook, by the way. It's a Facebook product. And they stepped up in terms of end-to-end encryption. So all messages are encrypted now. And now it's pretty secure now. So yeah. Zoom was, you remember Zoom was
Zoom was bad for a while that's because it was so much usage during the pandemic. It was like boom, everybody's on it, right? It was crazy. So anyways, it's guys, just be educated. Nice shirt, Gladstone. I said that to you this morning.
Yeah, that's very
nice.
cultural, man. Very cultural.
Don't you have that one? Very nice. Don't you have
very nice? Very nice. I'm getting my Will Smith on.
Oh, it's very nice. There you go. They're very nice. Anyways, today's show, guys. I hope you all got a lot from it. I mean, it was very informative. It's all about education. It's all about protecting yourself. Thank you so much to my family member who basically it happened to, and basically made this show happen. Because I know so many people out there. I think a good shout out should go to because of their experience, so many people are learning today. So thank you for that, and I'm glad you're protected now.
Thank you to the hacker that tried to hack that account and make this show possible.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Get Cyber, and 12 o'clock live next Friday on YouTube. Cheers.
Take care, everybody. Bye, guys.
Cheers, guys.
All right, let's see who's saying bye now.
Who's saying bye? Thank you, guys.
See you, Tamara. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Miguel. Thanks, Adrian. See you later, buddy.
Drink water.
Drink water. That's right. Thanks, Sean. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We'll have to see you soon.
Good advice, Adrian.